Looking for me, scumbag? The moon looks lovely this afternoon. So hey there guys, how are you? My name's John, and these are my favorite 80s movies of all time. I don't need the gun, that's not gonna help me, yeah, look at this. I want you guys to really look at this thing. Look what I've done to myself. The movie stars Peter Weller, who went on to do nothing else but RoboCop Part 2. You are a cop killer! Now the thing a lot of people don't understand about RoboCop is it's a dark comedy mixed with badass rated R action. The movie's about a good-hearted cop who in the line of duty gets his legs, his arms, everything blown to hell, and then they take him into a laboratory and they're like, hey, what do you guys want to do with this guy? I have an idea. Let's make him into a damn robot. Sound cool? Hell yeah. Who also likes to eat a lot of baby food. Will you guys please thumbs up the video? Please? I mean, come on, look what I did. Look what I did here. That deserves something. Alrighty guys, so before we dive deeper into my favorite 80s movies of all time, I wanted to let you guys know 80s movies are magical to me. They're some of the best movies ever made. There's so many things they got away with doing in the 80s they could never get away with in any decade. But in the 80s, you know what? It wasn't tacky, it wasn't weird, it was just cool and badass. But anyway, I went through my entire collection of movies here, and I have a shit ton of 80s movies. And it was really hard for me to pick the ones that mean the most to me because I sat there and I thought about each and every single one of them and what they really do for me and what they did for me growing up and did they make me who I am today. And I picked out each and every single one of those that I felt contributed a little bit to me. So anyway, without further ado, let's dive back in time to the 1980s. You're the best around. Don't let anyone else put you down. It's The Karate Kid, starring Ralph DiMacchio and Johnny the blonde-haired badass and Mr. Miyagi. The Karate Kid's about a kid who moves into a new town and he gets picked on by these bullies. But let's talk about that for a second. He deserved to get his ass kicked. I don't care what you say. Now, when Ralph DiMacchio kept screwing with Johnny, now think about what he did. At the high school Halloween party, he hosed them down as they were dressed like skeletons. He deserved to get his ass beat right there. Anyway, the Karate Kid has so many memorable one-liners. Wax on, wax off. Johnny! Sweep the leg. I would have snapped Daniel-san's leg like a damn twig. I don't care. You do what your coach tells you to do in the heat of battle, damn it. Another great thing about this movie was Elizabeth Shue. I don't know why. I've always had a thing for Elizabeth Shue. Don't dive deeper than you need to. That's all you gotta know. Just a great movie, and I'm sure everyone who's seen this at a young age wanted to go take karate classes afterwards. I know I did. Marty! 1.21 gigawatts! Hey Doc, what are you doing over there? Yeah, that was my Back to the... Okay. Anyway, it's Back to the Future. Now, we're just going to talk about the first Back to the Future because that's what started the whole series. And plus, number 3, I believe, came out in the 90s. And number 2, it was good. But you know what? Number 1's what started it all. Directed by Robert Zemeckis. And it really pushed the boundaries of special effects. And it just... Damn DeLorean. I mean... There's just so many iconic things in this movie that stand out. You know, you have the DeLorean, you have Michael J. Fox in his red vest, you have Doc Brown's white hair. Okay, maybe that wasn't really a big iconic thing, but to me it was. Everything from the soundtrack to the way the characters come across in this movie, and the small town. You guys know the setting in this movie where the clock tower is, you got the diner over here. That is such a Hollywood set. That thing is just, it's the definition of set. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about? It doesn't look realistic, but it's okay because it fits the tone of the movie. It's kind of cheesy, but it's well-made cheese. Yeah. By the way, Billy Zane was in this movie. Did anybody know that? I didn't... Okay. Let's move on. Get to the chopper! That was my Schwarzenegger impression. Sorry. It's Predator. Definition of badass 1980s. One of my favorite scenes in this entire movie is when Arnold Schwarzenegger comes into the jungle and he meets Carl Weathers, his old-time buddy, and the way they give each other like a high five / handshake, they go like this in midair, and then their arms, their biceps are all flexing and they're juicing up. They almost look like they're gonna pop out of the damn screen. And they have a little bit of baby oil on top of them. You know, it's just for theatric effect. Anyway, I don't know why. That just always stuck in my mind. And in the end, Arnold Schwarzenegger covers himself in mud, outsmarts the Predator, and kicks his ass. By the way, if you guys ever see me on the street, that's how you guys are gonna high-five me. We're gonna slap hands and flex our fucking muscles till our arms almost pop. You guys bring the baby oil. No, hell, I'll bring it. Alrighty, next up is a movie that defined my entire high school career. This movie gave me the understanding, the ability, and the knowledge to ditch school. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a classic movie starring Matthew Broderick about a guy who's in high school who wants to just outsmart the system, grab life by the balls, and he has fun with it. And Ferris Bueller is a John Hughes film. And if you guys don't know who John Hughes is, well, let me enlighten you. John Hughes is the mastermind behind almost every good 1980s movie about teenagers gripping with, dealing with their past, their future, and coming to terms with who they are. And there's one line in this movie that I took to heart. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it. The next movie is big. It's about a kid who goes to a carnival and he makes a wish with a genie machine, and the next thing he knows, he becomes an adult the next day. He's wearing a little kid's underwear, he gets beaten with a broom by his mom, runs out, starts his life in the city with his friend, and it goes from there. But he realizes after a while of living the big life and becoming an adult, which, by the way, I'm sorry if I was that kid and I was, having a life as an adult, making a lot of money, I was dating some hot chick with a lot of a bad perm, and I worked at a toy marketing company, I think I would have been pretty content. I would have been like, you know what, teenage years suck ass, I'm cool, let's just stay here. Like Rufus, the babes are coming, and yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. It's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a cheesy shit movie that I don't think the producers, the directors, or the actors thought would go anywhere. They just thought this thing was gonna be a shit stain that got stuck somewhere in the 1980s, but somehow it found a cult following and blew up on VHS. The movie stars Keanu Reeves and the other guy, what's his name? Alex Winter, who didn't go on to do much. What a dick. Okay, I'm supposed to be Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, damn it, okay? It's a Hannah Montana wig I stole from my little sister 3 years ago. Anyway, Fast Times at Ridgemont High is one of the best high school movies ever made. And I don't just say it's a high school comedy, because it's more than that, and to me at least, because it dives into darker and deeper subjects rather than just fluff comedy. Yeah, that's all there, the corny, over-the-top comedy, but there's deep subject matter here. Anyway, the one scene where you have Brad fantasizing about Phoebe Gates, I think her name, Phoebe Cates. He's in the bathroom and she gets out of the pool and she's wearing that nice bikini. Hey Brad, I know you want me. And then Brad just starts, going at it. That scene, that is my fantasy too, so. It's going over the top, starring Sylvester Stallone as a father trying to get custody back of his son, but he's going over the top. He's got a little baby oil on his arms, but he drives truck and breaks arms. That's what you do, Stallone, don't you? Come here, you son of a bitch. But you know what? The damn title says it all. Over the top. That's all the movie is, but it's a lot of fun. Loser takes a fall, winner takes it all, because Sylvester Stallone was in Over the Top. Hey, I come for your daughter. Anyway, once again, a movie that could only exist in the 1980s. It's Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Don't say his name 3 times or else he'll invade your home. But you know what? I like Beetlejuice, starring Michael Keaton, by the way, directed by Tim Burton. A really dark, raunchy comedy that's just bizarre, man. It has Winona Ryder in it. Have I said enough yet? Now, some of the things I really like about this movie is the little model town Alec Baldwin's character makes. It looks like it's just a miniature of the town that they live in, but a lot of the movie takes place on this little town. You'll see like rubber grass, and then you'll see a whorehouse that Beetlejuice created. I don't know, just a lot of fun.